The DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. As always, I'm Kurt Cross. Right next to me is my man, Adam Crain. And where we are is at Bullis High School for the girls' live period. Man, we got a lot of basketball. We've already had 2 games on 2 courts. Agnes Irwin just got off the floor, and we have none other than Agnes Irwin's coach, Mr. Joseph McClain. Sir, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we need you closer to the mic, sir.
Yeah, get in there, be loud.
Yes.
Like you're coaching. Like they want them to play defense.
Act like we're your players and we're not listening, right? That's the kind of voice we need from you right now. Coach, I want to start with asking you, what does the DMV live period mean for coaches like you, your teams, and the opportunity for these girls?
It means a really, it's a big deal for us. We have a small program up and coming from the Villanova Philly area. For us, like our younger players, to get the exposure to play in front of these college coaches, the great atmosphere, great talent, and great teams early on in the season, it means a lot. It's good for us to prepare for what we can see in the season.
Wait a minute, whoa. He said exposure for coaches. He didn't say exposure on the podcast. He didn't give us any kind of... This is exposure, too.
I don't think my man Joe knows. Can I call you Joe?
Yeah.
We're a big deal. We're kind of a big deal.
No, y'all...
Listen, we are the #1 podcast at Bullis, at the Bullis School right now.
At the Bullis School.
I mean, what I meant to say
on a Friday at 2:20.
That's right. The Ringer with Bill Simmons? We're rivaling the Ringer.
We got a QR code. I mean,
we got
serious.
a QR code.
Right. No. This is a really big deal, too, especially for us to get the exposure, too,
No, we want to give Agnes Irwin the exposure. You're out of Philly. Mm-hmm. You took the drive down here. I hope you're not driving back tonight.
No, not
stay
tonight.
The weekend. All right, we got more games to play.
Good.
What are you hoping as a coach? Now, you talked about the exposure that the players get, the floor that they get to play on, and the kind of teams and the competition they'll play against. What do you hope to accomplish with your program, bringing them here?
I think overall, to build a brand.
Right.
Agnes Irwin is known as a lacrosse school.
Okay.
So we're trying to change that, or give it a little bit more competition.
Right. Understood.
So the sports at Agnes Irwin is very high, along with the academics.
Right.
We don't have a rich history in basketball, because like I said, we from Philly, so we have a lot of great players, great schools also in the same area to compete with. So now we're just trying to build our name, build our brand, and show everybody what Agnes Irwin basketball is all about.
It starts right here, right? What you got, Adam?
I was about to say, you mentioned something about the school playing with the school team, and we had some other folks comment on this. What does it mean to have the girls play together for the school team versus an AAU team? What are the differences? What are the advantages of keeping the girls together on the school team?
So I coach AAU too, and it's a big difference. Whereas though AAU is, you probably practice 1 or twice,
right?
And then you play every weekend or every other weekend or whatever it is.
Multiple games.
Yes, and it's always it's the thought of the best players playing on one team. Right. So it's like a kind of an all-star feel to it. Right. And then when you play for your school, you get more of the details, I would say. Okay. The correction, because with AAU, you don't have enough time to fix someone's game or give them meaningful advice, whereas they'll ever change their game. In school, you see them 5 days a week for 4 or 5 months, and then even more after that too.
Right.
So I think us, keeping our school team together, and then helps them, because they say, I'm gonna be honest, everyone coaching is not the same.
Right.
Same caliber of coaching. Some AU teams may play, you call it the blue court, whereas though you're in the back of the the tournaments and stuff like that, you're not really playing any real competition. And then it's a shell shock once you come back to school and you playing against multiple Division I players, even in practice. And the speed of the game is different too.
Well, what we know is that, you said you see him for 5 months, you see him 5 days a week, blah, blah, blah. You got to be dad. You got to be coach. You got to be friend. You got to be counselor, right? You got to break up fights. You got to do all that kind of stuff. But you're in their lives. And as you know, these young ladies don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Right.
And you being there 5 days a week, and you being available to these young ladies, we thank you for doing that because, look, this is more than basketball. Some of the girls that you coach right now won't play beyond high school. Some of them will. and you got to prepare them for life, not just for the 84 by 50. We want them to have fun. We want them to gain meaningful relationships. And look, to me, there's no life without basketball. But if you could be that person that drops that, piece of information, or you can counsel them, or you can lead them in a way that takes them beyond basketball, well, that's your real job, right?
Yeah.
Because, the basketball will stop bouncing at some point.
Right.
Why'd you choose this school? Like, what do you like about it? What drew you to the school?
And this is his second year, right?
Yeah, this is my second year. So what drew me to Agnes Irwin was the high academics part. Like you said, one day the basketball will stop bouncing. And then for me, like I grew up, with a single household where my mom instilled, all right, you're a student athlete. Student comes first. And I think at Agnes Irwin, we have a great balance of high academics. We're the #1 all-girls private school in Pennsylvania.
Love it.
And then now when we talk about with the athletics, we are one of the only schools to have a full-time strength and conditioning coach and a full-time athletic trainer.
Wow.
Okay.
So like that's in-house all the time, and the girls could get any type of treatment, personal attention too. So that's one of the unique things that we have at Agnes Irwin that no one can really say. And there's no competition with no boys and stuff like that.
No. My daughter's in an all-girls school.
All-girls schools,
I get it.
Yeah.
So my last question for this gentleman, we're here in the DMV, okay? You're here to iron sharpens iron. We want to get better and all that. Why should my partner, Adam Crain, and I, my co-host here, why should we go up 95 and see Agnes Irwin come December? What are we going to see inside that gym?
You're going to see a whole bunch of girls that compete, play hard at a high level. You can't say that about every program. They're going to give up 100%, 110% every time they step onto the court, because it actually means a whole lot to them to wear the jersey, the Agnes Irwin, the colors, the blue and gold.
Okay, he sold me. He sold me. But here's the thing, Adam, you're paying the tolls. I'll pay for the gas. You pay for the
it's
tolls.
2.5 hour drive.
Let's go to Agnes Irwin.
I got a lemon.
I got
a lot
easy
of potholes
pass
on the way north of Philly.
I got an easy pass.
I'll go check out Agnes. You got easy pass?
I got an easy pass.
Yeah.
All
I got
right.
nothing easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joseph McClain. He's with Agnes Irwin. Sir, we appreciate you being here. Good luck to your program. We'll see you throughout the weekend.
Thank you,
sir.
for having me.
The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kirk Cross, featuring Adam Crain. Thanks for listening.